Welcome to Finding Your Fashion DNA, or your dominant natural abilities. We are going to start on the outside, and I would highly suggest that you read the book, My Fashion Revolution, before you start any of this. And hopefully you will know which season you are simply by reading the book. But if you haven't learned that yet, don't worry. We'll get you there eventually. So, dominant natural abilities. It really is who you are inside, but who you see yourself as on the outside affects who you are on the inside. If you take like a room, say you remodel your house a little bit, you can totally change the feel of the home. You can take a bedroom and turn it into an office, so you can even change the purpose of that room by changing the decor. So that's why we're starting on the outside. The decor in the room, everything in our world has a vibration to it. The atoms and molecules vibrate at different speeds. When you put like things together, like vibrations together, then they raise the vibration of each other. I have heard of an experiment they did with a piano. They put a piano in a room with a chandelier, and as they played the piano, the notes that were on the same vibration as a crystal in the chandelier, different notes would make different crystals vibrate. So that's why we're going with nature, because if you are made from the dust of the earth, then you would have DNA of the earth. So there would be different things in the earth that your vibration would be the same as. So the earth shows its style in the season. So if we're starting with style, let's go with what vibration are you? Each season of the earth has very different colors, textures, and shapes, which can very easily be interpreted into style and to a personality for each season, right? If we start with spring, think about springtime. You're so tired of the heavy cold and being inside. And it has a fabulous air of freedom, of just upward movement, bright, sunshine, airy. There's just so many words you can use to describe spring. And if you look at this bouquet of tulips, it just is sunshine. It radiates spring. And spring does have a style to it and has a personality as well. Let's start with the colors of spring. The spring colors are color with white added to them, so they're a tint. This makes the colors a little bit brighter and maybe even a little more less bright, more translucent because it's been watered a little bit by adding white to it. If we go to the color chart for spring, you can see all the colors are there. You can wear yellow, green, red, all of those colors, but it's the undertone of the color that makes it be spring. This color chart, you have one in your book, a large color chart, but if you would like a wallet-sized one, email me and we'll send you one. I can send you one that you can download and print yourself, or I'll just send you the card, because I feel like it's really important to have it in your pocket. And you need all 4 seasons card so that you can compare when you're shopping. So what you do is you're not looking for a specific color that's in here, is you take the card and lay it on the fabric that you're, or the piece of clothing that you're wondering what season the color is. And if it sinks in and blends with it, that is the right one. Sometimes you need to compare it to others to see which one really blends. And your color memory is 30 seconds long for what shade a color is. So you need that color chart to go shopping. So be sure you have one of those. Okay, if we go to springtime and talk about the shapes of spring, there's lots of circles in springtime, lots of rounded edges. As the little greenery pops out of the ground, there's just little bright pops of color here and there. Green is the first one that comes out, but there's fun little flowers that come out, and they start with little buds, rounded buds. And notice these cute little daisies. They're just petite, beautiful, look very different. Well, we're going to talk about the other ones. So just notice spring at this time. The little edges on those leaves, the leaves are even in a heart shape, which makes it exactly springtime. But the little ruffled edge is translated into the little scallop on the shoe and those cute little airy, I guess, holes in the shoe that create a pattern. Rounded, airy, it's spring. The circular toes on shoes is a spring element. And the rounded things in clothing. Look at the collar, that Peter Pan collar, cute rounded collar. The red top, notice the little balls at the bottom of it. They're like trim you would put on a curtain, but they are cute on a spring. It just makes it fun and springy. The details are sweet and fun. The ruffle on the denim shirt is a cute, happy spring one. You'll notice the difference in the feel of each season. And the cute little flowers and the trim on that top. Now, both of these outfits are very business, very dressy, very serious clothes, but they have fun to them. That rounded collar has no pointy edges. The man's suit, generally you see that on a man's suit, but this one is very spring. The bow tie and the fabric in that the jacket is made out of just has a feeling of fun. The peplum on the woman's dress is kind of like a tulip leaf, rounded edges. It's very business, very strong, but fun, very symbolic of spring. The texture is fresh, crisp, airy, lightweight fabrics. Notice the scallop on the skirt. It's just a cute, sweet, youthful scallop. Doesn't matter your age. If you're a spring, you will look cute in that, no matter if you're 90 or 19. The fun, happy, youthful feel to clothing. You can see each one of these outfits just have a happiness and a youthfulness to them. Very cute. The denim of springtime is a little bit bright and lighter fabric. The random mismatched patterns. This is specific to spring. The mismatch of the camo and the stars, it works on a spring. The dignified suit of the man has pinstripes and polka dots together, but if you're a spring, that will not look distracting on you. The mismatched print in the skirt and the polka dot top, it's cute. It only works on spring personalities. So we move to summer. It's a whole different feel. You can see that even just the color change makes it more muted and soft. Notice the petals on the flower. Very soft, flowy texture to them. If we go to the colors of spring, summer. The colors of summer are a tone. They have gray added to them, and they also have a flat. Spring has a shiny gold to them, and summer has a flat sheen to it and more silver. It's silver instead of gold. The soft pastel colors of summer, you can see these colors have gray added to them. They still have the red and green and blue, but it's the undertone of it. The shapes of summer, you notice the elongated S shapes, the flowing. We'll translate that into fashion. The flowing top, how that just waterfalls down, and the intricate details of the lace. The repetitive waviness of the lace on the top. Repetitive patterns. Pearls have a repetitive pattern to them. Notice the soft, soft, soft fabric of the sweater. Now the woman's suit is very business, very professional, but it's got that soft, flowy, exquisite feel to it. The texture, again, that word soft, flowy, and comfortable. Notice the jacket in the upper corner, the woman's jacket. It looks like a blanket just draped. Only summers look classy in a blanket. Everyone else it would look sloppy on. But the summers can wear the long sleeves that cover up your fingers and have your thumb hanging out. On a lot of other seasons, that looks sloppy. The man's suit is soft fabric. Charcoal is summer's basic instead of black. The elongated collar, the elongated shape of the jacket is very symbolic of summer. The detail in the pin tucking on the white blouse, lots of detailed repetitive patterns, and it's a soft flowing fabric as well. That filminess of the fabric is symbolic of like the hollyhock leaves and the petunia leaves, the ruffled edges. Now notice the ruffle on this top on this page. You can see it's very different than spring. Spring is a lot more crisp. This one is just filmy and soft and repetitive pattern there. If we go to autumn, autumn is a whole different feel. The colors of autumn has black added to them. So they're dirty, rich colors, deep, and just notice how deep and dirty, but very rich. Every color is there. It just has a different undertone to it. The shapes of autumn are very angular, asymmetrical, irregular shapes, similar to the ones you see in nature in autumn time. The edges of these jackets, pointy, sharp edges. The man has multiple layers in his suit, and the texture of the suit is just a whole lot heavier. That scarf wrapped around that lady would be overpowering to a spring, and the heaviness of it would not work for a summer, but for a autumn, it's symbolic of the multitasking, the lot of stuff that has to go on in autumn. Again, the heavy texture of these jackets. You see the angles and just the nubby, rough, and a matte finish to autumn things. Now in the autumn, you notice that things have been growing all year long, so there's multi-layers, multi-levels, piles of leaves. And this pretty gal on this picture, she's quite a tiny boned, petite little girl there. And in fashion, we're taught that if you are small, you should just wear petite patterns and not overwhelm yourself. Well, if you're in autumn, don't care what size you are, you need that heavy textures and those multi-layers. You notice how her face is the focal point. When you look at her, the rest of her outfit kind of disappears, but her face is the most noticeable thing. Again, you can see in the rest of the pictures the heavy textures and multi-layers. Accessories are key. Belts are majorly important. See how they just create a whole different feel. It's the accessories that are vitally important. For an autumn, the belt is a key element, and it's symbolic of a tool belt. Symbolic of autumn, has multi things to get done, and the autumn person needs their tool belt because they got stuff going on. And in fashion, again, we're taught if you have a large hips area, wear all one color, don't draw attention to it. But if you're in autumn, you put that belt on and you look thinner wearing that. And again, this lady has multi accessories, so many things on, but her face is framed by them. As we move to winter, again, changes the whole feel of it. See the steel, bold, simple, high fashion. Totally has a personality and a clothing style. The colors are true saturated color. Very bold, just the true color. No shades, tints, tones, true color. The textures are stiff, structured. I like to think of it as kind of frozen. They're stiffer fabric. And notice the leaves are shiny. That's symbolic of winter. A lot of shiny patent leather type stuff. Firm starched fabrics. Notice the straight lines on the purse, kind of block dressing, the solid, just very strong colors. Notice the scallop on the yellow dress. That's a totally different than the springtime ones and the other ones that we looked at. Very firm starched fabric. The shapes are straight, bold lines and very symmetrical. Straight, sleek, simple, strong lines. These things all look high fashion, but if you really look at it, it's simple. Not a lot to it. High fashion, simple, classical looks. Now, as we move to jewelry. Jewelry is very important in most, well, every outfit. It can change an outfit, but you can see how this jewelry is very symbolic of springtime. It's shiny gold. Spring is shiny gold. Autumn is dull gold. Summer is dull silver and winter is shiny silver. So this just has the personality of spring. Summer, you can see the elongated S shapes again and the dull matte finish. Very elegant. Summers can wear quite a bit of jewelry if they choose to, but it's more Victorian style, very exquisite. Autumn, again, so heavy, bold, but different than winter's bold. This is a heavy, busy gold, matte finish to it, and lots of accessories. Looks so good. It frames us an autumn. Winter often can wear no jewelry at all, no accessories, because the boldness of all one color. Just winter is simple. You can see the pieces that they do have are very bold and strong. Very self-explanatory in just a few pictures. So I hope that this short little thing has taught you more about fashion than you have known in all the magazines that you've bought. So this is why seasons or trends change all the time, because different designers are in charge and they have different personalities. So here's your key. Figure out your season, understand the colors, textures, and shapes of your season, and let's move on to build your personal style.